Call 1-800-673-7570 for your free information and your free beneficiary planner. That's 1-800-673-7570. There's no obligation. 1-800-673-7570. Call now.
If you want to have a little fun and learn a little bit or a lot of it about our wonderful community, then the place you want to be on April 6th is Coolidge Park, because this year that's where they are bringing Save Water, Drink Wine. Our good friends Mary Beth Sutton, Amy Catcher are here to get us all excited about this year's event. Good to see you.
Thanks, it's good to see you.
How poetic that this year you're at Coolidge Park. I mean, as you're
the river is behind us. That's what we work for.
Save.
Yeah.
Yes. So you've been working at this, Mary Beth, for a lot of years.
So guess what?
What?
This is our 20th anniversary.
Isn't that amazing?
Really?
Yeah.
Is this your brainchild?
Yes. I founded it 20 years ago. We founded it for work in the Caribbean, but then a friend of mine here said, Mary Beth, our water's dirty too. Can't you work here too?
Yes.
And so that's when we kind of,
yes.
So I mentioned you get to have a little fun, which is the drinking wine part in Coolidge Park on a beautiful day and seeing your friends. But you learn a little bit because you purposely set this up where there are like tables, you call them your watershed stations.
Tables. So we invited our partners in this clean water effort, the South Chickamauga Creek Conservancy, Greenway Alliance, and the North Chickamauga Creek Conservancy, River Gorge Trust, folks like that, to come and talk about what they are doing too. So we spread the word about how collectively we're working together to protect our water.
And how, I guess, what happens to one area, Amy, ultimately is going to impact the other.
Yes.
Is that right?
That is absolutely right, because we all live downstream and upstream from someone else. So what we do at our own house, in our own yard, even if we don't live anywhere near a river or a creek, we're impacting somebody else. So that's really what it's all about. As Mary Beth likes to say, it's kind of a soft educational event, because you get to have fun. You get to eat food, you get to drink wine or beer, mimosas, you walk around, you have fun, but you also learn about how important it is to protect the water in our very own environment. And of course, we're raising money for the educational opportunities that we have through waterways. It started out as Tennessee, SEA, Student Environmental Alliance, because it's all about educating the kids so they go home and teach their parents about how important it is to do this great conservation work.
So you're in the schools?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we work in schools, we work in the community. We have a new partnership where we can work in schools in our urban areas, because they mostly don't get outside to learn. And there's all sorts of research about why that's important. So we've got a new sponsorship to get the kids outside to learn.
So I'm guessing that there are people who would possibly be like me watching and thinking, well, I don't really live near water, so I'm not so sure, but I'm a big gardener, right? So if I were to go spraying Roundup everywhere,
guess where that goes?
that goes right into the water.
Exactly.
So I need to mix up my Dawn dish soap and my salt and my thing, right?
Right. And think about everything that goes on in your yard. It doesn't get, and it runs off. It doesn't get treated by a water treatment plant or the sewage treatment plant. It goes right into the creek. You know, I had a friend who was checking, and I always get back to this, a friend who was checking the water quality on Signal Mountain for me and discovered there was a sewage spill. And he was checking the E. coli, and it's because there's so much water running off.
Oh, listen, I mean, I don't know what we should say on TV, but I remember once I was doing a story and we went down Suck Creek Road. And there's like where that Frisbee area is, you know, down there, and you keep on going. We went to this little spot, pretty little spot, and a creek runs through there, I guess Suck Creek. And the guy said, no, do not put your hand in that water.
That was Shoal Creek.
Okay, because it's full of things you don't need.
Yeah, and there's all sorts of issues with our water around here. Sewage and E. coli pollution is one of them, but plain old dirt suffocates all the life in a creek. And now we have seen such an uptick in the amount of litter that is getting into our roadways, into our creeks.
People who've lived here long enough will appreciate too when you go to Coolidge Park and you're looking out that day at the beautiful vista that is Chattanooga, and that in the 1970s you couldn't see it because we focused on our air pollution. Now we're just focusing on our water.
Exactly. We have to. We're an outdoor mecca. We need to take care of all of our outdoors.
So let's do talk the fun. For a
Oh,
minute.
yeah, let's do.
70
Yes.
bucks gets you to the park, right?
Right.
Where you get to enjoy the food and the wine.
And the music. And because it's a park, we're also having games this year.
Oh, fun.
So we'll have some games for everybody to play, and there'll be a live and silent auction. You're not going to believe this. We have, and you don't know this yet either,
Ooh.
we have gotten a live auction item, stay in Napa, and
Ooh.
wine tastings, 4 wine tastings that are all valued over $200.
Oh, wow.
And wine from each of those wineries.
You want to have a thumb war?
I do. And I'm just excited about the grab bags from the gear closet, usually in the live auction, to be honest with you.
Oh,
the
are they
silent
gonna be a
auction.
part
Oh
of
yeah.
Yes.
Well, you know the
Yes.
gear closet is our thrift store for outdoor gear, so
Yes.
that we always bring something from the gear closet for the
I
auction.
forgot about that.
That's usually my favorite item in the auction, but man, Napa, that's going to be hard to beat.
Okay.
That
Yeah, I
is
know.
going to be hard to beat.
Can you talk, Amy, before I let you run? Mary Beth was trying to educate us on this wine.
Yes.
thing.
All right. So actually, Mary Beth, I think, is probably going to be the better one to talk about it. But one of the things we're doing new this year is, what did you call it?
A wine pool.
A wine pool. Okay. So apparently, some of the most expensive bottles of wine that we're going to have at the event, you're not going to see the labels. It's going to be completely covered up. But for a special ticket price, you get to get one of the corks. We're not going to tell you what it is, but one of the corks you get to take, and then you'll get one of the bottles of wine. Did I
Right.
get that even close?
That was pretty close.
All
yeah.
right.
So we'll have a bucket of actually a great big wine glass of corks, and they all will be numbered. And all of the wines that we have in the paper bags
We'll
will
go
be
with the
numbered.
corresponding
So it's like a
number.
cakewalk.
Yeah, it's kind of like a cakewalk.
Wow.
Who knows what you're gonna get?
Oh, do you get the
Wow.
coconut cake or do you get the 3-layer chocolate? That's
Exactly.
the question. Okay,
Wow.
but
And
you'll
there's
get
no winking owl in there. Sorry, Julie.
Mary Beth, Winking Owl is not my favorite wine. I'm just saying that $3 will get you there, or whatever it is. Okay, it is. You can go the day of.
You can go day of. The
Yes.
price is higher on the day of. So
Right.
if you want to get the $70 price, you have to get it before Saturday.
Okay, and just remember, I know we've got some kind of stormy weather today, but pretty days ahead. If you are going to be out working in your yard or doing anything around the house, please be mindful of what you
Yes.
put in your yard, because
Yes.
all of it will run off.
Right.
That's right. And we all live downstream or upstream from somebody else. So be mindful, just be a good neighbor.
20 years.
Yeah. How about that?
MyWaterways.org is where you can go to get your tickets. April 6th at Coolidge Park. The fun kicks off at 5:30. Wear comfortable shoes.
Car collisions are dangerous enough, but when it's an 18-wheeler truck, the results can be catastrophic. Truck accidents can cause serious injuries to other drivers and even